Hello and welcome to lunchtime. Wow, what a weekend we have had.
Yeah.
All the mothers out there, I hope you've had an absolutely fabulous Mother's Day. And to those of you who were celebrating with your mothers, I hope you had a great time as well. And it has lunchtime has been busy. We've had a lot going on. And today we are so lucky because I have Annette from Annette's Decorating with us.
Yay, thank
Yay!
you.
And we want to give her a nice big welcome. And as you come in, be sure to just stop and to say hello.
Yeah.
So as we go, Annette, I don't know, what did you do for Mother's Day?
Well, my husband and son took me out to a buffet restaurant here, which we haven't been able to go to for years. So that
Mhm.
was an absolute joy. And then we spent the evening at my mother's place. So it was nice. It was
Oh,
really
that
lovely.
was
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
That
And
was
yourself?
nice.
How did you spend
Yeah.
it?
Well, we had a great time.
Yeah.
Of course, I was telling you, hey, Veronica, we went to church uh, Sunday morning,
Yeah.
and then I had the pleasure of going over to my daughter's house, and the two of us usually celebrate Mother's Day together.
Uh,
And her husband is so cute because he always cooks for us.
oh, nice.
And so he prepared dinner for us, and it was a
Nice.
lot of fun. It really was a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
what a fun time.
Good.
And I was teasing somebody I sent a message to this morning, a comment to this morning. Hey, Ronnie, how are you? How are you? And we are just so glad to have you guys here.
Mhm.
So, the fun part, I think, of celebrating Mother's Day, they were saying they were upset because on Saturday morning, I had kind of a dual thing going. I celebrated Derby. I don't know if you're familiar with Derby and the run of the roses and
Oh, yes.
the
Yeah, the
horse
Kentucky
races. Well,
Derby.
that's
Yes.
big, and
Yeah.
I'm from Louisville, and
Oh,
in fact, used to go, quite
I
often.
want to.
Oh, I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. And so I did some derby things in the
Mhm.
kitchen Saturday morning and wore my derby hat.
I saw
And
your hat.
so, but we were also talking about Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And so she was saying she was so upset that she had missed it. And I told her, I said, girl, every day is Mother's Day in my book.
Oh,
You
yes.
know? I said,
Yes.
mothers are special.
Yes, absolutely.
We got to
We make the world go round, I think.
absolutely. Now, that's not saying the dads aren't important, but
Uh-huh.
uh, we
They're
know, you and
okay.
I know.
They're
Moms are
okay
pretty
too.
special.
Yes,
Well,
I agree.
Antoinette, I have to say, I have watched your channel for a
Oh,
very, very long time,
oh,
and I am just so excited that
oh,
you're here today.
oh,
And
thank you.
it's always a good time to be able to uh, say hello and to
Yeah,
have an actual conversation
I know.
because so often we see creators at a distance, but we
Yes,
never have a chance to really just sit and chat
I
and get to know
agree.
each other.
Yeah.
And you feel like family, but
Yes,
and we
I
say,
think we feel like we get to really know each other because we watch each other.
mhm,
Um, we you are in my living room, all these YouTubers are in my living room every day.
mhm.
But I don't have a conversation with a lot of people. So these lives are wonderful. I love them. I think they're
It
great.
is. And,
Yeah.
I think we've gotten spoiled, particularly because besides the fact that we're all over the place,
Yeah.
like we were talking about, I haven't been to Canada.
Yeah.
And I I was talking to Denise and
Hmm.
she's in the towards Chicago, I think Fort Wayne area.
Yeah.
And so, we're looking at people who are so spread out.
You're
And
right.
so it's hard, sometimes unless we really have good people who are consistent with commenting and
Yes.
coming in and talking to us,
Yeah.
sometimes it's kind of hard to develop that relationship.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
that's that's important. That's half the
Mhm.
battle, I think, of
Yeah.
YouTube. Now, in talking about the battle of YouTube, what
Yes.
what led you to get started?
So I've told this story before where once a few years back, I wondered to myself if there might be anyone out there who ever put out a Christmas home tour of their home. I just thought, oh, I looked it up and I was so naive because all these videos popped up.
Mhm.
And that's when I started to discover that people have decorating channels and then also DIY channels on YouTube. So naive, I had no idea. So I started to watch these people, and some of these people, and it wasn't a lot, I discovered just a handful of channels, but I started to watch them. And like I said before, I almost felt like they were family. They were in my living room all the time. I used to binge watch them. I almost became obsessed. And I found that they were very similar than me. They were similar to me in that they loved decorating for holidays like I did.
Mhm.
They like to DIY certain decor as well and incorporate it into their home decor. And I just thought, as I was watching them more and more, I thought, I think I can do this. And I
Mhm.
thought about it for about a year before I actually did it. And someone had an open playlist for a Valentine's home tour.
Mhm.
And I hadn't had my Valentine's decor out yet because, YouTubers start a little earlier than everyone else. So I really quickly took out my Valentine's decor, decorated the house, filmed. I had no idea how to film. I was
Mhm.
holding my phone up and down vertically, like I did everything wrong. But I just dove in, I jumped in, feet first, and I just have not stopped since that video. And
That
I've
is
been enjoying
wonderful.
it so
Yeah,
much. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
I have to say that I think our audience really gives us a lot of grace. And
Yeah.
I think, I know I was terrified
Mhm.
at the beginning.
Yeah, me too.
And I was so afraid that I would get out there and everyone would go, "Oh, I don't like that. I don't
Yeah,
like that."
yeah.
And then I had to get to a point of where I could look back, take a look, and say, if
Mhm.
I like it, probably somebody else will like it too.
Right.
And
Yeah,
so, and as the comments came, you were more encouraged and more
yeah.
inspired to step out
Mhm.
there.
That's right.
Now, I know Kimberly's out here. Kimberly Davis is out here,
Yes.
and I've been following Kimberly for a long time as well.
Well, can I
And
tell you, she's
mhm.
is one of the first that I discovered. And I think I discovered her channel, and hello, Kimberly, by the way. I discovered her, I think, because I had become obsessed with one channel because she had done a lot of Mackenzie Childs
Mhm,
inspired decorating.
mhm,
And
mhm,
that just, oh my gosh, that really inspired me. So I looked up Mackenzie Childs inspired decor or something like that. And
mhm,
Kimberly Davis had done a kitchen, her
mhm. She
kitchen
sure did. I
in
remember.
that theme.
Mhm.
And she was probably only the fourth, maybe fifth decorating channel that I knew of. I'm
Mhm.
now subscribed to over 800, I think. But like Kimberly was one of the first. Yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
was one of them for
I'm with
sure.
you. I think between Kimberly and Nikki Boyd, from decorating
Yeah,
to organization, and
yeah,
you just kind of had certain people that you picked up.
yes.
Veronica is saying that she said she loved you ladies because your style's not stuffy. An old lady in a museum is fresh, it is modern with class.
Oh,
I appreciate that. I
yeah.
appreciate that.
Wow.
Um,
Thank you.
it, it's you see a variety, a
Hmm.
real variety, and
Yeah.
I think I know one lady had said a while back. She said, she said, I would love to try this. She said,
Mhm.
"But I'm just so afraid, that it won't be accepted." And I
Yeah.
said, "Well, we all start at that point.
Yeah.
We try it, we kind
Yeah.
of put our feelers out." I don't
Yeah.
know about you. I started with Denise's circle, but she had a
Okay.
circle,
Yes. Yeah.
and it were
If you would consider me an official part of that, when I
mhm,
did discover her and I discovered
mhm.
her lives, I used to attend her lives whenever I
Okay.
could because I think Denise is awesome. And
Absolutely.
I learned so much from those lives of
Mhm,
hers. I would
mhm.
always pick up some little trick or some little bit of
Absolutely.
advice. And
Uh-huh.
so that I use to this day. So, yeah,
Mhm.
so was I officially a part of it? I don't know, but definitely I used to be a part of those lives.
Yeah, I
So,
I did too. That's how I kinda jumped in, I guess,
yeah.
about she had been started maybe a little while, and, then
Mhm.
I started actually, I think it was the time that was more the problem for me and trying to be as
Oh,
consistent as possible. So
yeah.
I would always catch it on replay for
Yeah.
the sister circle, but,
Yeah.
I learned so much. And
Mhm.
every week I found myself tweaking,
Yeah.
as I went along to try
Yeah.
to improve. And I think that's part of it too. And
Definitely.
Stephanie's good at that too, and being able to help
Yeah.
us with those things in the background. And
Yes. Yeah.
Kimberly saying that our sister circle was awesome with Denise, and it really was. It really
Yeah.
was. I mean, she had a lot of good information, and there
Yeah.
were a lot of people in there who
Yeah.
some of them had a lot more experience than I did. I knew, and
Yeah.
so we were able to kind of feel our way and
Yeah.
figure out what we were doing and go from there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Now, as you got started with
Mhm.
the channel, um, do you work outside the home?
Technically in the home, but I do have an office job in insurance. I do
Oh,
disability
okay.
claims management. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy to say I'm going to announce it on my channel a little bit later in a week or two, but there's going to be some changes to my life, which is going to allow me to kind of officially retire from this career and start some sort of little home business, which I've been dreaming of doing for so long. So
Oh, how
I'm so
nice.
excited. Yeah, I think I'm burnt out from insurance claims. I
Oh,
think
that's
it's,
wonderful.
yeah, they need 20 and 30-year-olds to come in and they need old ladies like me to sort of make
Oh,
our
you're
way
not
out of the
old.
industry.
You're not old. But that's amazing. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
thanks.
This is the nice thing too about YouTube is that we can kind of recreate ourselves
Yeah.
and find new directions.
Hmm.
We can I know I was in education. I taught for
Yeah.
36 years.
Yeah.
And it was nice to be able to come home, and as I needed to channel the mind and channel the energy, I
Yeah.
was able to look at some of my other talents and say,
Yeah.
"Huh, wonder if I can tweak that and do something new with it."
Yes.
And so, you're able to bring that to the table as well. So that was
Absolutely.
fun. And so,
Yes.
you've got background that certainly you'll be able to tap into when you
Hmm.
make your change.
Yes.
Um, are you thinking? I know someone asked me this question. Did I want to have two channels? How about you?
For me personally, I don't think so. Now, once I'm retired and maybe I have more time, maybe I would like to. But the way I feel about it now, I don't think I could juggle two channels.
Mhm.
And I'm really still very much working on this. I feel like this channel is still a baby. I've been doing it
Mhm.
almost 2 years, but I really feel like it's still quite new.
Mhm.
And I'm waiting for this channel to sort of explode, as I say. And I don't feel like I could start another channel until I feel really, really good about this channel. So I still feel like I'm getting this channel through. I think we're at the puberty stage now, so I
Mhm.
still want to get it to adulthood.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. Do you find that at night you're kind of laying in the bed, and I'm bad about this. I keep a notebook next to the bed, and at night
Always with
when
me. Yeah.
thoughts hit, I'm writing
Yeah.
whatever, because I know I'll forget it by the time I
Yes.
get up. Do
Yeah.
you do that?
I write everything, everything, everything. And I think it is the best thing. Now, my son is always telling me to take notes on my phone, so I've got to learn to do that. I still write on paper,
Mhm.
but for me, that works. And yes, I love to write down everything.
Mhm.
It just ensures that you, like you said, you don't forget. And I think it pushes you to actually do things.
Mhm.
Because if it's
Mhm.
always back here, you
Mhm.
may not actually make it happen. But when you're
Mhm.
looking at it in writing, in black and white, I think that pushes you to actually do it. So
Yeah,
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 absolutely. I love it. I love
I
writing
do
down
too.
my thoughts. Yeah.
I do too. I am a person who I can sit and I can think of new things to
Yeah.
do,
Hmm.
and but it's so funny because if I don't write it down right then,
Yes.
it may fly out the door. So
Yeah,
that's always great to do. So
absolutely.
now tell me, how has your channel evolved over time?
Yeah. So it has evolved, I guess. I think what I thought my channel was going to be, and I still absolutely have this direction in mind for my channel, but it was decorating my home for the holidays and seasons. And absolutely, that's my love, my passion. It always has been. And so that's what I like to do, share that. But somehow, well, not somehow, I know that there were a lot of open invites for tablescape collaborations. So all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden, I start getting into tablescapes, which before my channel, I would set a nice table for my family, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't quite set it the way I do for my videos now. I
Mm-hmm.
look at setting a table for my video more as a work of art than setting
Mm-hmm.
for people to sit there and eat.
Mm-hmm.
So I've really, really gotten into these tablescapes as well, and they're a lot of work. So I've started to kind of
Mm-hmm.
taper down on doing those because they're a lot of work and kind of. Um, difficult to not set up but put away. And I have a dining room table and a kitchen table. So
Mm-hmm.
oftentimes I have videos going for both tables, and
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to sort of, handle that a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
And, my Antoinette's Vignettes, my
Mm-hmm.
open collaboration that I host every month, the
Mm-hmm.
first Tuesday of every month at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Hint, hint, hint,
That's
hint,
my little plug.
hint.
I never anticipated when I started my channel that I would do anything like that. But I think about a year into having my channel, I started to have these thoughts of doing this open collaboration with a different co host every month. And so I've been doing that. And so that has
Mhm,
probably been the biggest evolution for my channel. I never anticipated I would do anything like that. And I didn't know a lot about collaborations before I started my
mhm,
channel as well. I didn't know there were so many and that they were so popular.
mhm,
So yeah, that's just sort of my channel. And I do DIYs, which
mhm.
I've done the odd little DIY before my channel, but I realized I really like DIYs. So I've started doing that as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Well, the DIY part, I noticed in your, what was it, St. Patrick's Day?
Mhm.
Yeah, didn't you have a DIY in that?
Yes.
Mhm,
Definitely I've done St. Patty's Day DIYs. I try to do a DIY video at least for every little holiday.
mhm,
Um, and I decorate for every holiday. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's Valentine's or Easter or what it is, St. Patty's Day. Yes, so I do DIYs
mhm,
for all of those. And whatever sort of theme I'm really into, I try to do that.
mhm,
And I'm part of this little group. We didn't do one for spring. I think we're probably going to do one for summer where we buy the little Dollar Tree doll houses. They're about this big,
mhm,
they're small,
mhm,
and we decorate them and DIY them for the season. And who knew
Oh.
that would be so much fun. So
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
do that as well, and I incorporate that into my home decorating. So
Yeah.
yeah, lots of fun.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Veronica said, she said, she loves our channels. She said, because she's 52 years old. And she said, it's great to see mature, beautiful women that she can
Oh,
relate to. The kids, the grandkids, the work, the retirement, etc. She said
yeah.
that we made the content very usable. And
Oh, that's
that is
wonderful.
certainly very encouraging,
Yeah.
Veronica,
Yeah.
because, sometimes it's difficult.
Hmm.
Um, Trying to relate to all ages.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm in the kitchen, so it's a little easier. But
Yeah.
when you get into decorating, I know
Yeah.
some of the ladies that that I follow in decorating, they're younger, and
Mhm.
you can see the youthfulness in what they're doing.
Yeah.
And but that's good for me
Yeah.
because I'm thinking, okay, I need to take a whole new approach, a little lighter,
Yeah.
a little this because
Yeah.
you know it's it's funny when I walk into my daughter's house. Um, Her house looks so different and so much lighter
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
far as furniture, how
Mhm.
much furniture, that you have
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
how they go about decorating. So that part
Yeah.
is certainly something that I think is helpful to all of us.
Mhm.
Um,
Absolutely.
Tim is asking what type of DIY projects are on your channel, Antoinette?
So I will do almost anything that I can incorporate into my decorating. So I've done wreaths. I'll do any sort of little something. I'll decorate a vase. For instance, I know I took once a skipping rope, a fabric skipping rope, also from Dollar Tree. So what I try to do is I try to do it on a budget. I try to do these
Mhm,
DIYs on a budget. So, and I try to use what I have if I can. So, for
mhm,
instance, I had this vase that was sitting around collecting dust. I glued a skipping rope to it. It was pink and silver, and I hot glued a really fancy bejeweled peacock brooch. It's about this big, really huge, onto
Oh.
that. And so
Mhm,
I took, you think skipping rope, but I turned it into this beautiful sort of glamorous thing by
mhm,
adding that jeweled brooch to it.
mhm,
So that's what I try to do. I try to go out and look at something when I'm in the store, something that's inexpensive that I think I could use
mhm,
and marry it with something that I might already have at home and use it in my decor. And I'm really a person who believes in mixing high end and low end. I really like to do that.
mhm,
So personally, so I'm about to say I can't afford all high end. Actually, I can. I choose not
mhm,
to. I choose
mhm,
not to spend all that
mhm,
very, very hard earned money on
mhm,
everything that's very, very expensive. I
mhm,
like to have some expensive things. I have some expensive things. If there's something out there I really love that's expensive, I might get it. But
mhm,
definitely, I will marry it with something really inexpensive that
mhm,
I find. I shop at dollar stores all the time.
mhm, mhm,
I also shop on Facebook Marketplace a lot,
mhm.
and I DIY and I just bring these things together and decorate that way. And I think it makes for different decorating. So the decorating you see on my channel is not the decorating you're going to see on a lot of different channels. And I've
Mhm.
spoken with a lot of YouTubers, and I'm sorry if I'm getting off of that question.
That's okay. That's okay.
I've been talking with a lot of YouTubers. I think I'm losing my track of mind here. Who say that, oh, so channels that I really admire who tell me what they really like about my decorating is exactly that I'm not sort of like everyone else, and I tend to
Mhm,
be a little bit different. And
mhm,
I do, I'm not afraid to admit I like whimsical. I really do like my
mhm,
whimsical
mhm,
decor. So decorating for holidays and seasons is can be quite whimsical. So that's what I enjoy and that's what I like
mhm,
to do.
mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I love your projects that you put in, and
Ah,
your
thank
tables come out so pretty.
thank you.
I was looking. you have, as you do tablescapes,
Hmm.
and trying to incorporate new dishes
Hmm.
as you're doing that. I am, my struggle is that, okay, how many different kinds of dishes do I need?
Yeah.
And I go to, of course, Dollar Tree when I can,
Hmm.
if it works.
Yeah.
I've gone to the Goodwill, if
Yeah.
I happen upon, if I'm in there and I'm browsing. Now,
Yep.
sometimes, I could walk in and you see something and immediately,
Yes.
this is it. This
Yeah.
is it. This
Absolutely.
is going to go with what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sometimes you walk in there and there's nothing. So what do you do? Where, after a
Yeah.
while, you've got to store all of
Mhm.
these things. And
Yes.
it's like, oh, you know,
So, funny thing about storing, I just went through my basement, which is where I keep most of my dishes. So, the dishes that I have that are very neutral that I use often are
mhm,
in my dining room. They're sort of hiding underneath my little wall unit there in my dining
mhm,
room, and I like to take those out often. So all those other dishes and glasses and candle holders and all those other things and napkin rings, all those things and
mhm.
napkins, all of that, they're mostly all in my basement and storage. And I just very recently went through that. And sorry, so your question was what do I do with
How do
them?
you store it? And do you
I'm
just
so
keep finding
lucky.
new things or?
Yeah, I'm so lucky to have a sort of an unfinished basement that I can sort of put that all away.
Mhm.
But going through it, I discovered dishes I haven't used in a while. So that's
Okay.
always nice. I'm like, okay, I forgot about those dishes. I forgot about those. Let me do a tablescape, pull those out and do a
Okay.
tablescape. And I try really hard now because I have so many sets of dishes
Mhm.
to use neutral dishes and really decorate everything else on the table so
Mhm.
that it fits the theme, so that I'm not having to buy so many dishes because I have
Mhm.
several good sets of dishes.
Mhm.
And then I've got more casual ones,
Mhm.
and I'm finding that that's a lot. And I'm feeling like I'm not interested in buying more dishes.
Exactly.
So I'm just, yeah, I'm just not. I'm not interested in having more dishes. So
Mhm.
that's where creativity comes out, where you use what you have and change it up. I have so
Mhm.
many dishes with butterflies on them. I realized, oh my gosh, I really like my butterflies. So, you taking those butterfly dishes out, maybe doing a few tablescapes in one video for spring or
Mhm.
summer and using
Mhm.
those and just using what you have. And you can
Mhm.
repurpose things and make them look very, very, very different. And
That's true.
that's another thing I try to teach on my channel as well. For those that don't have many, many sets of dishes, can't
Mhm.
afford it or don't want them, you can use what you have. Just change the napkins, change the chargers, change the
Mhm.
tablecloth, your
Mhm.
glasses. Yeah, absolutely. You can make a beautiful tablescape, many beautiful tablescapes, probably with one set of dishes, if you really think
Absolutely.
about it. Yeah.
Absolutely. I know I think, having to take everything apart here in the kitchen has certainly been an eye opener
Mhm.
because I was finding things that I hadn't seen. Once you get up to that top shelf, and it's like, oh, I forgot all of that. I even had
Yeah.
this, and you
Yeah.
discover it's kind of like, oh, new toys.
Yeah. Yes.
So you can really play. And,
Yes.
uh, it's kind of funny. My husband goes down and he looks and he's watching and he goes, what are you doing? And so I said, oh, I am playing. I'm having such a
Yeah.
good time here. And it's kind of like,
Yes.
okay, go for it. And as he tiptoes right on through.
Yes.
But, it is fun. And
Yeah,
I
for
find
sure.
myself consignment store shopping, trying
Mm.
to find little things, that I can add to what I have.
Yeah.
And we, I've kind of done what you've done, where I took a base neutral set of dishes.
Yeah.
And then I have my everyday dishes.
Mhm.
And Ronnie's right. I have trouble focusing.
I
And
do too. Oh my gosh.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh,
I'll start out on one thing that's kind of like, ooh,
yeah,
I
oh
like.
yes. Yeah.
So when I'm going in a consignment store, now you're talking about having trouble focusing because there's
Yeah.
always so many different things that are there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you can, it's like you have to stand there and kind of collect yourself. And
Mhm.
because you're really looking for something that's really going to jump out and really
Yes.
inspire you to, pick it up. Is it something I can really use? And
Yes.
then I'm also looking at when this is over, is
Mhm.
this something I really want to keep?
Yeah.
Or is it something that I'm going to return?
Right.
I'm going to take it right back to the
Yes.
consignment store.
Right.
And I'm trying to think of the other place that I've gone. Habitat for Humanity.
Yes. Yeah.
Every now and then has beautiful things that they
Mhm.
will have as well.
Yeah.
And so you're able to kind of, pick up a few things here and there. But,
Definitely.
after a while, it's hard. It's hard
Yes.
finding all that
Yeah.
storage.
Yeah.
So,
And only buy what you love, I say. And if you know
absolutely.
you can use it and will use it,
Mhm.
then I say buy it. If you're humming and hawing, leave it there and then think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? The thing about I have a problem with doing that. And the reason is because I am so afraid that when I walk out of there,
Mhm.
somebody's going to notice that I spent way too much time at that particular item and they're going to pick it up. So
Yeah,
when
and it
I do
happens.
turn around, it's
Yeah.
gone.
It happens. Yeah, definitely. We all have those regrets of those things we didn't pick up.
Mhm.
And then when we went back, they were gone. And then we have the opposite where we buy something, bring it home, and then it sort of sits in the cupboard. And we think, oh, why did I spend my money on that?
I know. I
So,
know.
yeah, you think we would have this, down pat by now, but we ladies, we shop all the time. We should
We
know.
shop. We shop. And
Yeah.
I do try to shop for bargains as much as
Yes. Yeah.
possible. And, I think too, it's good to be able to show that we can take a bargain
Hmm.
and make it something beautiful
Absolutely.
and something that we can actually use. I
Yeah.
know I try to do, especially if I'm doing a tablescape here in the kitchen,
Yeah.
I usually have somebody who's coming for dinner.
Yeah.
And so, I'll throw down, really set it up for whatever it's going to be, do the
Yeah.
video, knowing that, somebody's coming.
Yeah.
So it's not just a matter of just putting it all together and then taking it all down. Like,
Right.
keep it there. But
Yeah.
now
Good
the
for
dining
you. Yeah.
room, that's the playroom. And I know you like doing a lot of filming in your dining room as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a
It's more the formal room, and it's
mhm,
a nice setting for tablescapes for
mhm.
sure. And because we don't use the dining room as much, I guess I can keep that there
Yeah.
when I do a tablescape. And tablescapes are so
Mhm.
beautiful to look at. I mean, when
Yeah.
I come down my stairs in the morning and I see that tablescape that I've set up a day or two ago, and it's just so pretty. It's
Mhm.
anything pretty just makes me so happy. And I always say that, like when I walk out of my bedroom in the morning, what is going to greet me? I just love seeing something new and pretty greet me.
Mhm.
That's why I love to always change up my
Yes.
decor. I like to
Mhm.
see things, different things all the time.
Me too.
And
Me
yeah,
too. Me too. And
yeah.
that's it. It is fun. It is fun. And I know I've even had, if somebody, even it was funny, the Verizon guy came in and it was before Christmas. But,
Uh-huh.
for us, Christmas starts in November.
Yes.
And so he came in and he went, the whole house is all Christmas. And
Yeah.
so he said, it's only November 15th. And I
Yeah.
said, yes, but I've got a lot to do. And because the
Exactly.
dining room was all set, he said, man,
Yeah.
this is really nice. He
Yeah.
said, he said, I don't, he looked, he just couldn't even find the words. And my husband says, "Yes, this is what I live with."
I know our poor husbands. Oh my gosh. I feel so sorry.
But
I feel
aren't they
for my husband.
wonderful?
Yes, yeah, they're the best. If we didn't have good husbands, I don't think we could have our YouTube channels, I think.
You're right. You're
I
right.
think it's a real sign of a woman who has a YouTube channel. I think it's a sign that she's got that great support behind her.
Good support.
Yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It is just so much. It's funny.
yeah.
Um, Kadia is out here with us today. Hello,
Hello.
Kadia. How are you? We're glad
Mhm.
to see you today. And I know she's got a lot going on her channel as well. And she was with us about a week or so ago. So we've had a chance to
Yeah,
take a look at, all of the new things that
yeah.
she's been presenting. Now, I know you have some announcements as far as let's make sure that we get it out there. And I'm going to try to type it in so
Okay.
that everybody will know about your upcoming um,
My Antoinette
vignette coming
vignettes.
in June.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm going to stand while you're talking. Tell
yes.
everybody about that.
Yeah, so Antoinette's Vignettes, that's the open collaboration that I host for all YouTubers to participate in every month. It's the first Tuesday of every month at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so all I ask is for YouTubers to style a vignette based on the theme that I've announced on my community post the month before. So I haven't announced it yet, and I will now. So the theme for June is, let's see if I get this right, tropical summer paradise. So that's for June. Summer tropical paradise. So just do a vignette in a tropical theme. And I think a lot of us have our tropical decor. It's such a popular theme for the summer. And this June, it's going to be 1 year that I've had my Antoinette's vignettes. So on my
Oh,
community tab,
wonderful.
I'll announce who the co-host is, and I'll provide the details of participating. It's the usual participating in a collab sort of
Mhm.
rules. And I hate the word rules. I don't like imposing rules on people. So it's just guidelines and suggestions on how to participate. And I'm not overly strict. If you don't follow every rule to the T, it's okay. I do this for everyone to express themselves creatively, to join in, and it's sort of become this great little community, the Antoinette's Vignettes. I've had people who have participated every month since it started, and it's just a lot of people tell me that they just think it's a really fun collaboration to participate in. And it is. It's just so easy. And vignettes are so fun and easy to decorate. It's not the great big tablescape. You don't have to do a whole room. You can literally use 3 items, put them together, and there's your little vignette. So yeah, a lot of fun. Yeah.
They are fun.
Yeah.
And that sounds like a great theme, summer and tropical
Yes.
paradise. Oh, can't
Take
wait.
me away.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm ready for summer. We
Yeah.
were talking about how our weather has changed
Yeah.
over the past few days,
Yeah.
and we went from that almost tropical feel
Yeah.
back to winter this
I know.
past week. So that has just been a shocker for us here in Virginia.
Yeah.
And even though the sun has been out, but it's been cold. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to getting back to that more tropical temperature
Yeah.
and enjoying it. So I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm gonna have to start pulling things out,
Yeah.
getting ready for that because that's
Yeah.
gonna be a lot of
Thank
fun.
you. And
Yeah.
I know that you also host your vignette open collaboration seasonally. I do it
Yes.
monthly. You do it
Yes.
seasonally. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
We
coming up
do.
as well.
Yeah, and mine is kitchen. in the kitchen,
Right.
whereas yours can be in
Anywhere. Yeah. Yeah.
anywhere in the room. So that's the difference between the two.
Yeah.
And so we're looking forward to that. And if you were well, you're going to be in the position of where you're going to have an opportunity. Say there's someone out there, and I know there's someone out there
Uh-huh.
who is thinking about
Mhm.
starting a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And what would you say to them? And what would be some of the tips that you might give to them?
Mhm. So I went into it blindly myself. I didn't know how to edit. I didn't know how to add music. I did not know how to do anything.
Mhm.
And it's still working out for me, but that is not what I would recommend. I would recommend to anyone wanting to do it, make sure you have a true passion for what you will be doing on your channel, because it is a lot of work. As much as it's so much fun and you meet some lovely people and it's so many wonderful things, it's also a lot of work. And I think a lot of YouTubers would probably agree with that. And I'm not trying to discourage anyone, because this is such a great platform to express ourselves. But do a little bit of research first. I think it will help you to grow your channel more quickly. And that is the encouragement that we YouTubers need to keep that channel growing. Because when you grow slowly, you may not be that as excited about your channel, and that may sort of prevent you from forging onward. And anyone who starts, I want them to be successful. There's so many videos out there and other YouTubers with real good advice on how to get a channel going. A lot of them will tell you different things too. I've watched those videos that say just jump in and just do it, and then there are those channels that say don't start until you're absolutely ready. You know you. If you feel that you're ready, you probably are, but do that little bit of research. Just do that bit of research. Don't go into it not knowing how to hold your camera. Don't go into it not knowing how to focus. You know what I mean? They're little things, but you need to know those things. It just makes you look a little more professional and polished. It makes your video more pleasant to watch and more apt for people to come back and watch again. Because when I look back at some of those early videos, I get so embarrassed, but it's okay. We've all been there, I think. So just be well prepared. Yeah. And know that you will have to put in personal time.
Yes.
For sure. Yes.
It is time consuming.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But it's a good time consuming in
That's right.
that we're able, you're excited about what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right in saying and suggesting that it has to be your passion.
Yes.
It has to be something you love, because if it's not something you love, then that's going to come through very quickly.
Right. Yeah. And you won't do it. You won't do it long term if you don't
That's
do
true.
it. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
And this is something that when you're trying to inspire someone else, then you've got to show that you're not obviously watching are going to click. It's kind of like her heart's not in it. And you can tell. Yeah.
I think that absolutely comes through. I know at the beginning, people used to comment to me, "Oh, I can tell you're so excited," and I think I had to learn to calm myself down on camera, because I bought something new, and it's as if I did something miraculous. But I would just be so excited over this new little thing that I bought, and I've been shopping my whole life. But it shouldn't be that exciting, but it is. It's just I love doing this. It gets me so excited. And I've said so many times on my channel, it's the little things. It's the little things. You could buy me a new car and that's great, but I'm going to be excited over that new little candle that I have. Like that's just
exactly.
And that's why I have this channel, because that's my passion. That's what I love to do.
And I think it certainly comes through, which is so
Yeah,
nice. And
thank
see,
you. Yeah,
you're excited. They're
yeah,
saying they think you're so excited. But I'm thinking because
yeah.
you're so excited about it, you pass that on to the people who are
I
watching,
hope
and they
so. Yeah,
become excited about
yeah,
what they're doing. And so it's important for us to be able to select.
yeah,
And YouTube is so large that
yeah,
there's such a variety,
yeah.
and I think people connect with the personalities.
Yes,
And there are certainly a
absolutely.
lot of personalities out there that are
Yeah,
very different. And
yeah,
so people find that person or those people that they can relate to,
yeah.
and who make them feel good about whatever it is that they're thinking about or they're about to do or to
Right.
try.
Yes.
So all of that is wonderful.
Yeah,
So as a new YouTuber, you're saying that they need to find their passion.
yeah.
They need to know that it's going to be a road to travel because they're going to
Absolutely.
have to work,
Yeah.
and certainly, um, if they don't love it, don't start
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. Because I've seen so many channels that started, they put so much into it, and then all of a sudden they just stop. And that can happen to any of us. Things
Absolutely.
happen. But I think a lot of people realize maybe this isn't what I want to do, even after all that work they put into it. So just really be certain that it's what you want to do, and
Absolutely.
have the love for it. Yeah, for
And
sure.
too, I think they need to know that sometimes what maybe you're doing, you're inspiring them to try it,
Yeah,
either to try exactly what you're doing or to try something that they can do or
yeah,
that works for
yeah,
them and that it's okay.
yeah, for sure.
Denise is saying here that that you have such a nice channel. She
Oh,
said your decorating is very down to earth, and she
wow.
likes finding something that she might be willing to try, and that's
Um,
true. So
thank you,
being able
Denise.
to find those things,
Yeah,
and sometimes I know I watched this one project, and it wasn't yours, it was someone else's project, and it
yeah,
looked like, oh, that won't be hard to do.
uh-huh.
And so I bought whatever it was that that was required. And you're talking about hard? Oh my gosh, that was the hardest thing I'd ever done in my life.
Yeah.
And they made it look so easy, but it wasn't easy for me.
Yeah,
And
I think I've had that conversation with other YouTubers about, sometimes we say we make it look easy, but is that a good thing? Like we should try to be a little more honest. That's why
mhm,
sometimes when I'm doing a DIY, if I slip up, I try to keep that slip up in the video.
mhm,
Now, if I've spilt paint all over my counter, that's never happened. But if that happened, maybe I wouldn't show that. But I've
yeah,
shown where things have been shattered on my floor. I remember
mhm,
needing to use this finial for this project that I was doing. I've had that finial for probably 20 years, and I go to use it for this project, and it rolled off my counter and just shattered.
mhm,
And I was devastated. I was filming this thing at night. Stores weren't open. This video was due the next day, and I thought, oh my god! I went into panic. And when I calmed myself down, I thought, I'm going to show people the shattered finial and I'm going to tell them what happened. I'm not just going to pretend that everything is just lovely and here's my finished product. And I explained what happened, and I ended up finding pieces in my stash of what I already had and sort of constructing a little finial of my own and showing. And I
mhm,
think people appreciate that, because
mhm,
I think it's a disservice if we pretend everything runs so smoothly and is so perfect when
mhm.
really it isn't. Because then when people go to do that, they're going to realize, they're going to think something is wrong with them because it was so easy on that
Yes,
YouTube video. So,
yes,
yeah, I think it's really good to show that not everything is so easy. And when we make a mistake, I think we need to show that
yeah,
we
and
have,
we need to
we're
tell.
human too, and this is not as
Mhm.
easy as it looks, but you can still do it.
Yeah, I'm big at saying, "Hey guys, this is a real kitchen,
Yeah,
so some things may
yeah,
happen. You
yeah.
know, I have to be good and not, mm, say
Yes,
anything that I
right.
shouldn't
Yeah.
say." But I know one Saturday morning on the show, it was live. I was taking something out of the oven, and I was about to show what was in the dish. The top slipped out of
Oh,
my hand,
yeah.
and there it was on the floor. And I turned around, I looked at the camera, and I said, "Did you all see that?"
Let's go to commercial.
I said, "Okay, I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to turn around and collect myself because I have my brand new top sitting down there shattered on the
yeah.
floor." And
It
I
happens.
showed, I showed it.
Yeah,
But it's like, okay, that was not planned, but
yes,
it happens.
it
Life
happens.
happens. And
Yeah.
especially, we're trying to encourage new homemakers and young
Mhm.
people who are out there who are trying to work in their kitchen. And they need to know you
Yeah,
might pick up accidentally get lose focus, pick up
yeah,
something hot, or you
yes.
may drop something or something may roll off the counter.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
you need to know
You just described me in the kitchen every day. I could never do a cooking YouTube channel. I burn myself, I drop things. I mean, it is a nightmare. And I've been cooking for 30 years and I'm still a wreck in the kitchen. So it's so funny. Definitely things happen for sure.
and
Absolutely.
I think that's one of the things that it took me so long to start live, to go
Yeah.
on live.
Mhm.
Denise was constantly telling us and encouraging us. I won't say
Yeah.
telling us, but encouraging us,
Yeah.
to try live, try live, try
Yeah.
live. And then once I tried it, I love it.
Yeah.
But you know, it is a force to be reckoned with
Yeah.
because no
Absolutely.
matter how well you plan,
Yeah.
there's always something that
Yes,
may go wrong. Like
absolutely.
Saturday morning when I had 5 minutes to clean up everything again because this fella took so long, doing what he needed to do in the kitchen.
Crazy.
And so, sometimes, I'll open up and we'll start. And I'll say, now, guys, today is one of those days.
Yeah.
And,
Mhm.
so while, yes, I have a plan. And
Yeah.
yes, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
I'm about to pull my hair out. And they have to know,
I
it's
admire all you ladies and all you YouTubers who do the lives. I admire all of you, and I think it's wonderful. One day, I hope to. I've been encouraged by a lot of people to do lives.
yeah.
I think maybe what for me might be a good idea is occasionally when I do a shopping haul, and maybe because I think that's very
Mhm,
casual, and I think
mhm,
maybe that's what might be right for me. I'm not sure about decorating on a live or anything like that, but
mhm,
I've been encouraged by so many YouTubers to do some sort of live,
mhm.
and I just thought, okay, maybe. I love being a guest. I love being a guest on a live because once it's over, and I'm okay.
Well,
But
now,
I
let
admire
me
you, ladies.
suggest,
Oh my,
you
yeah,
know,
it's a chat. Yeah,
yeah, it is a challenge. Well, how about this? Would you could ever consider your, say, your centerpiece
uh huh.
that you're going to do, perhaps putting that together live? You'll have a plan,
Yeah.
yeah, and kind of know what you're going to do. But
Hmm.
sometimes it's good, I think, for especially for new people who are going to try whatever it is, to be able to see what the thought process is
Yeah.
as you're going through it,
Yeah.
and to be able to see, okay, we're going to try this here, and okay, that didn't work. Okay, so
Right.
let's put this and this and this, and let's
Yeah.
try that to see how it all comes together.
Hmm.
And sometimes that's even as much fun
Yeah.
as it is to actually see it presented and is there.
Right. Yeah.
So, you
I think
know,
I try to do that for the most part in my videos, and absolutely, I could probably do that live. And as you're saying that,
mhm,
I'm thinking, oh, I wonder if on a Monday night I do a live of a centerpiece, and on the Tuesday show that centerpiece in a tablescape video
In
or
this
something
video.
like that.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm,
Yeah, definitely
mhm.
there are options out
Yeah.
there. I think I need to be comfortable with just kind of being available every week. I think I
Mhm.
already feel like YouTube is so demanding, but that's because I have the full-time job.
Right,
And
right.
like I said, the full-time job is going to come to an end soon.
Mhm.
So I might have more time on my hands for sure.
Yeah.
I got turned off when I first started my channel. Um, Another YouTuber had been swatted. Is that what it's called? Somewhat, because when you go live, I shouldn't even say this. Oh my gosh. When you go live, there are certain people who can pick up your address where you're from, and they had called the police on this
Oh.
person, and she was one of the small handful of people that I followed on YouTube at that time. I had just started my channel and I got so scared. I got so scared. Apparently, things maybe
Oh.
have changed since then. I think that doesn't happen
Mhm,
anymore, but it was happening then. And it happened just as I started my new channel. And I
mhm.
just became terrified
Yeah.
that this could possibly happen. Now I'm in another country. I'm not in the United States.
Mhm,
I think it
mhm,
happens in the United States only.
mhm.
I could be wrong, but uh, that always has been in the back of my mind. It's always been this scary little nagging thing in the back of my mind that has turned me off to lives.
Oh.
And maybe someone here who is watching us right
Yeah.
now can maybe comment and if they know anything about that. But I that just kind of scared me. So
Well, Denise said that she hasn't heard about
okay. Oh,
anyone
in a
being
long
swatted in
time.
a
Yeah.
long time,
Yeah.
and that's good. So maybe there's something in the YouTube algorithm that has stopped
I
people
hope so.
from
Yeah.
exposing you as
Yeah.
much as possible. I think exposure has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
I'm careful about what information I put in my descriptions and those kind of things because
Yeah.
you do have to be careful. There are people out
Absolutely.
there
Yeah.
who are not kind and they
Mhm.
do things that they shouldn't.
Yeah.
um, Denise was saying too that she likes the idea of a centerpiece or a small decorating project. She
Mhm.
said just something that's small and easy.
Yeah.
Um, so, it's being able to think through that process. So,
Right. Yeah.
that's something that, because I tell you, I have considered for June the spring kitchen vignette,
Mhm.
actually opening that up that day with a live
That would be
and then
amazing. Yeah.
fixing it so that then everybody can come on in and can be a
Yes.
part of that and bring their videos in.
That's a good
She said,
idea.
she said the police were also picking up on the foolishness. So she said
Okay.
they're taking more precautions.
Okay.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I had not heard of that. That
Mhm.
is bizarre. Isn't that awful that you're trying
Terrible.
to do the right thing
Yeah.
and there are people out there just sitting there waiting for the
Yes.
wrong thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's something to think about.
Yeah.
Um, what are your plans for this year? Do you have anything special that you're thinking about? As we project, I don't know about you,
Mhm.
but I'm usually thinking a few months ahead
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
some things. Do you have some things that you might want to share just to kind of put in the back of everyone's mind as to what you might like to do?
Without saying it, I'm going to have a
Mhm,
little announcement in a week or two about kind of what's happening in my life and how it will impact my channel. It's
mhm.
going to change things for the short term a little bit. But I am going to be this thing is going to allow me to retire nice and young and early from my
All right.
almost 30-year career in disability claims insurance.
Mhm,
And it's going to allow me to do something more creative, like open up a little home business or something like that. So,
mm,
as far as my channel, I think this retiring will allow me to have more time
mhm,
to spend on my channel if I
mhm.
choose to do so. So I'll try to also put out a schedule, I think, for my channel because I've never put out a schedule. I just sort of put out videos whenever I can film and whenever I've taken part of a collaboration. So I think I'll sort of plan a little schedule. But my big thing is Antoinette's vignettes. I think I will continue to try to grow that and build it. I really would like it to grow quite big, and I really want to reach out to a lot of channels, maybe who are bigger and have been on YouTube longer than me. I would love those large channels to join as well. I have a lot. There's sort of a community of newer channels who like to participate in collaborations because, you know, it helps their channel grow. But I would
Absolutely.
love for us YouTubers who have been doing this for a while to work together too on
I
these
agree.
collaborations. So yeah, so there's that. And just to continue to decorate and bring that decorating to everybody. Yeah, I just continue. I hope to just grow the channel and have it get bigger and bigger.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
That sounds wonderful. Well,
Thank
Antoinette, you know, we are excited certainly to have you here at the lunch table. And, you know, it's always a lot of fun here at the lunch table. And
Yeah.
Lord knows the conversations can get wild and crazy sometimes. And, but certainly they're fun.
Yeah.
And because those are the kind of things that we do at the lunch table. Everybody's got a conversation going
That's
about
right.
something. And so it has been a pleasure
Oh, thank
to
you.
have you here. And certainly, I will put your information down in the description box. And to all of
Thank
you who
you.
are listening, that's going to be June 7th
Yes,
for
Tuesday.
Antoinette's
Vignette.
summer tropical paradise
Paradise. Yeah.
vignette. And so start pulling out your pineapples and everything, or your
Exactly.
flamingos, whatever it is that you
That's
decide
right.
that you want to do this tropical. It
Yeah.
is time to get that going. And in addition to that, I've got the summer kitchen vignette, which is going to be the week before on the 1st. And so you've got 2 opportunities to be able to decorate. Antoinette's is your decoration can be anywhere that you decide that you would like for that vignette to sit, and mine sits in the kitchen. So we've got. I like the collaboration between the two because we're
Yeah.
able to support each other,
Yeah.
as well as we're able to encourage you to
Yes.
step out of the box
Yeah.
and do something fun for your home. And certainly this is a great time to have that tropical vibe. And we're pulling for it. You know,
Yes.
we want that warmth.
Yes.
Get
Yes.
those bikinis on.
Yes, please.
So I hope all of you, we have been at the lunch table, and it's about time for us to go back to work.
Yeah.
And so we want to thank you again for coming and being at the lunch table. And certainly, please come back again. We'll be looking forward to
Absolutely.
that, and looking forward to the fun things that you have yet that you want to do.
Oh, thank you.
So-
Leona, I want to say thank you to you for asking me to join. I was so honored, so pleased. And I just want to quickly say what I admire about you. Aside from your lovely personality, your channel is so wonderful. You know what I really like? Your bows. I love your bows. You make awesome bows. You do such a lovely job. You're one of those people that I look to when I need to make a bow. I kind of go back to one of your videos, and I know you are about cooking and about your kitchen, but your decorating style is also so lovely. It's really pretty, and I think you should do it a little more on your channel. But you're a lovely lady, and thank you so much for asking me to join you today.
Thank you. Well, that is certainly encouraging. I we'll have to talk about that. That'll be an off the channel, off the show conversation after the show.
Yeah.
Denise is saying that before we go, that it was nice to see you here today.
Nice to
Oh,
see you.
great, Denise.
Oh.
I have certainly been blessed by Antoinette being here today.
Oh,
Ronnie is saying thank you.
Thank you, Denise.
And the chat. We have certainly enjoyed all of you for being here with us. Certainly, we would have fun just sitting here chatting, but it's even more fun knowing that that you all have our back.
Yes.
Now we're out there and we're doing these kinds of things, and we've got
Mm,
support from other creators as well who are out there. That speaks volumes, and
mhm.
that says a lot to those who are sitting and trying to make the decision.
Mhm.
Am I going to be brave enough to put myself out there?
Yeah.
And they need to know that we have a community that's loving
Yes.
and who will support each other.
Yeah.
So, Antoinette, have a blessed and wonderful week.
Thank you.
And
You
to
too,
all
my
of
friend.
you who are here, I want you to I hope you had a fantastic Mother's Day. And I hope that your week is blessed as you continue. So we will see you soon in our kitchens doing our vignettes, whatever decorating it is that we want to do. Kimberly saying that she has enjoyed watching,
Thank
and
you,
she's
Kimberly.
also, thank you, Kimberly. So thankful that you are one of those creators who are here with us.
Mhm.
And oh, while I got you here, uh, woo! Oh, the housewife of the work from home housewife Tania is here, and
Hello.
thank you, thank all of you for giving us the support that we need today.
Yeah.
So blessings to all of you. Have a great week.
Take care.